Christina, and I am here with the star of the new Lifetime movie, Jingle Belle, Tatyana Ali. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good, and I love this movie. It's so much fun. It's a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Thanks.
So tell us all about Jingle Belle.
Well, Jingle Belle, the title is a play on words. My character is named Isabel, and she's a corporate jingle writer, really successful. At the beginning of the movie, my boss, Loretta Devine, tells me that my work is not up to par. She's kind of lost her creative juice. And she ends up going back home. And she's trying to find her sort of lost voice, and in the process reunites with her ex-boyfriend.
It's great.
Played by Cornelius Smith Jr.
Yes, who's fantastic as well. And I also want to encourage everybody to please send in your questions and your comments. Are you anything like Belle at all?
No, I don't think so. Bella's a little, she's very guarded.
Okay, yeah.
She's really trying to protect herself. The breakup with her ex-boyfriend wasn't good. He's part of the reason that she left her hometown to begin with. And yeah, so she, she's just about her work, and I'd like to think I'm a little bit more open than that.
Sure, yeah, definitely. And obviously you didn't shoot this movie like right now, so was it fun getting into the holiday spirit a little bit earlier on?
Yeah, we shot it in Utah in the summertime, and a lot of we were in a very small town, a beautiful, really idyllic town, and yeah, we had them celebrating Christmas as well in the middle of June. Their town square, and we had a giant tree in the middle of the summertime, and fake snow, and an ice skating rink, and so we brought Christmas to everyone.
Definitely. Was it fun for you to get to sing in this as well? Is that what kind of drew you to this?
Yeah, it was. I've done Christmas movies for Lifetime in the past, and with this one, I was a producer on it as well, and so I was kind of there working on it at the inception. And one of the things I said was, my dream is to be able to marry the two things I love, singing and acting, and I don't get to do that very often, and so that's how Jingle Belle came to be.
I love that. That's great. Joshua is asking, are you ever going to release another album?
Oh, well, I did put out an EP a few years ago called Hello, and it's on iTunes now, so you can check that out. There are 5 songs on there. And yeah, I don't know. I think I want to do both together. Yeah. When I was younger, people always used to ask me which I liked better. Right. It always felt like a choice, or at least, it felt like a choice. And now I think I'm finally mature enough to say I don't want to choose.
Sure, I want to do both. Well, you used to sing on Fresh Prince too, so it's kind of like all coming full circle. Yeah,
it's so funny though. None of that was really on purpose. It's just kind of like happened.
Definitely. Did your family visit you on set a lot?
On this shoot?
On the shoot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm lucky. So summertime, and my mother-in-law was there helping me out at one point. My mom was there helping me out at one point. It takes a village. So,
I'm sure.
Yeah, but we try to stick together as much as possible.
What are your plans for the upcoming holiday?
Being with family and relaxing, and I'm vegetarian. I just eat the sides. And,
the sides are the best part.
Thank you. That's what I said earlier in the car. Somebody asked me like, what's the most overrated food at Thanksgiving? I was like, the turkey. But yeah, I want to, and then we also, there's online, there's some drinking games that go along with holiday movies.
Oh,
and
fun.
So I really want to see, I haven't gotten to see all of the films from beginning to end. Okay. And I've been talking about it to my family. They want to see it too. Sure. So I'm not going to be weird, and I found this drinking game that we're probably going to play.
I love that. That's fantastic. Do you get nervous watching yourself back?
Very.
Do you?
I used to stay in my room as a kid. I would do it by myself. I'd practically be under the covers.
Really?
And I would watch because, I don't know, I was curious. I wanted to see if it was funny or if the things I was trying worked. And I've been forced enough over the years to do it in front of people at screenings or whatever, and pretend that I'm okay with it, that I still get nervous, but
the drinking helps.
It will this year.
Yes, the drinking will help. What kind of holiday traditions do you have in your household?
When we moved from, I'm from New York,
Okay.
and we moved to LA for Fresh Prince. And when we did, it was just kind of my immediate family. Like, we were kind of like this satellite out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And so my mom tried really hard to kind of create new traditions for us. And one of them is we do matching pajamas
Oh, I love that.
on Christmas Eve.
I
And
love
whoever
that.
happens to be there on Christmas Eve also gets a pair
Also
of
good.
matching pajamas. Doesn't matter your age. It's kind of mandatory.
Sure.
And it's fun.
That
It's
is fun. How did your husband feel when he first kind of got involved in that?
Oh, when
Did
he got
love
his
it?
pajamas?
Yeah.
He was like, wait, for real? I'm like, absolutely.
Absolutely. You want to be a part of this family? You're right.
Well, what's
Yeah.
fun about it is that we're totally unapologetic about staying in our pajamas Christmas Day,
Yeah.
all day long.
I love that.
It's okay.
That's great. TJ is asking, how has Christmas changed for you over the years?
How has it changed for me over the years? It's went from, now that there's a baby in the family, it's taken on a whole new life. For a while, me and my sisters were all in our 30s, so, it was a time we just got up at 11.
Sure, yeah.
Slowly helped to make things. But now it's different.
Yeah.
Now it's different. And now I also I'm actually a little embarrassed because my mom and my aunts and even my mother-in-law and my father-in-law's big chef, they're still making everything.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like I'm in the shame zone where it's like they won't relinquish. They won't
Give you anything to do?
No, they won't.
Well,
They
hey,
won't.
enjoy that.
I guess, but I'm kind of ashamed. It's like
Yeah.
we're too old for that.
Right.
We should be doing more.
But it's got to be so fun because it's your son is 2, so I'm sure he's starting to like get it kind of. Yeah. So it's got to be really fun to like see Christmas through his eyes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's going to be really different this year.
Yeah. How has having a child changed your marriage, if it has at all?
Well, we had him pretty soon after we were married.
Right.
I could tell you, I mean, it's just changed everything in our lives.
Yeah.
I feel like there's it's not, it's very easy to gauge your own compass. Like, it either works for my family, or it doesn't. And it makes everything in my life just kind of, things just fall into place in a really blessed sort of way because, he comes first.
Sure. What kind of milestones has he hit lately?
He's walking, he's talking in sentences
Is
now.
he? Yeah.
That started like a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's
the
anything
first
that come
full
out of
sentence. I was like, oh my goodness.
What was his first full sentence?
I don't know. It was like, I think it was like, I'm finished with this, Mama. I'm finished
God,
with
that's
this.
so
He's
funny.
really good at saying he's done with things.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's every day there's something new.
Is there something that he really wants for Christmas that he's already like talking to you about?
No, because I don't
Yeah.
think he's grasped
Okay. The presents are coming.
or like I'm making a list and
Right.
this thing is going to happen.
Sure, definitely. You've been really open about motherhood too, which I think is fantastic. You were also really open about breastfeeding, which I think is great. Why was that so important for you?
Because, when I was learning how to breastfeed,
Yeah.
even the idea that I had to learn how to breastfeed was something new to me. My mother's generation and my aunts, they were all told that they didn't have enough breast milk, and they were pushed formula, and they were told that was the best thing for them. And I've learned in my own education that a lot of women, especially women of color, are still being pushed in that direction, even though it's very well proven and understood and accepted by the World Health Organization, that that breast milk is best if you can, if you're able. And I just didn't see I didn't see a lot of images of women that looked like me. With their pumps, or with their babies, and I think I even said this in one of my posts, but if you see it, you can do it yourself. It doesn't seem that difficult or that strange, especially when you might have to fight the people in the hospital who are pushing you formula.
Yeah, no, I think it's great to open the dialogue about it too, because a lot of people don't talk about it.
Yes, and the idea of, there was a free the nipple movement, and I think that it's such a natural part of motherhood, and like I said, if you can, and of being a woman, even being a woman in the working place, the more we normalize having our children with us and not having to choose, the better. And so I think seeing women breastfeeding like needs to happen.
Sure. Well, it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
If you can do it, yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And it's hard enough, let alone, you know, if you have to drape yourself in 5 billion different things and find a corner, a shadowy corner in the airport, or where, you know, in a store or wherever you are, to have to do that as well. You know, it's silly. It's old.
Sure, definitely. Has it been hard for you finding a work-life balance with motherhood and things like that?
I will tell you that being an actor, this job that I have, it's one of the most forgiving when it comes to that. And you'll see actors all the time. They bring their children with them and, you know, have them on set. Or when I was breastfeeding, the jobs that I had, they knew, you know, that I had a schedule for pumping and all this. And not every job is like that.
Sure,
I know that.
No, that's true.
Yeah, many of my girlfriends don't have that. So I'm very lucky. But yeah, what I have learned, though, is everything that everybody has said is true, is that it takes a lot of people. You need help.
Yeah, definitely.
You need help.
Yeah, no, that is true. It takes, like you said before, it takes a village.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is your husband like as a father?
He's patient, and, you know, he's an educator.
Right.
He just loves to teach. He really takes the time to teach my son just anything that he thinks is awesome. He loves languages, so they're always practicing languages together, and he's protective. He's a really great dad.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you guys met on a dating app too, which I think is fantastic. I think that's great. Were you ever hesitant about doing something like that?
Yeah,
being
I was
who you are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was, and I was. It's kind of like when it's kind of unlike me. Like I'm, you know, a little bit more. I believe in like. Feeling a person out and vibes and energy, and I was afraid that wouldn't happen. But I do think it was kind of like a divine, I was like divinely inspired.
Sure.
I remember being in I was on my mom's couch one day, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this. And
it was meant to be.
Yeah, it was. It was. We found each other, and we're maybe like 1 or 2 degrees of separation away, but I don't think we would have met otherwise.
That's so funny. That's so great. Did he know who you were before? Like
he did.
Yeah,
he did, because I wasn't like
super in a shadow
incognito about it. Like at first I was, and then I realized, you know, I just should be myself and trust my instincts.
Yeah.
And so he did, and but it's not. He supports what I do, but it's not. He is a very like rich intellectual life, and loves what he does. So it's just, you know, he knows the difference.
Speaking of rich intellectual lives, I don't think a lot of people realize that you also went to Harvard, which I think is so cool. And I think it's, you know, it's interesting that a lot of child actors and actresses don't usually take that educational route, and sometimes they, you know, they focus on their career. Why was having an education like that so important to you?
I was done with high school. I graduated high school, and it just seemed so. I just didn't think I was finished. I wanted to. I really wanted to go to school. And my parents are immigrants. My mom is from Panama, from Central America, and my dad is from Trinidad. And they came here in their teens, their late teens, separately. They met in New Jersey many years later. But they always instilled in us that education was that one thing that no one could ever take away. We could always make a way for ourselves. That's why they came here. And they used to take us on trips. Like when we go up and down the East Coast, I visited Princeton when I was a kid. I visited Yale when I was a kid. And I always wanted to. Yeah, I always wanted to. So it was a dream come true that I was able to go.
Yeah, and you also worked on the Obama campaign too, which was, what was like your best memory from that?
Oh, all the positivity.
Yeah, right.
There was so much, you know, not to be punished, but like hope in the air that things were going to be better, that things were going to be different. And I think they were for a time. I think there were some great things accomplished. You know, health care, the Affordable Care Act, we got passed, and it's a far cry from what we're experiencing now. It was very, very different.
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
Sure. Did you ever keep in touch with them afterwards?
Yes.
You know, me and Michelle talk all the time.
No, but there are people from the campaign that you know, we my sister and I both volunteered during the primaries in 08.
Sure.
So
wow.
You know, we were like knocking on doors and registering people and just, you know, just telling people that it was important that they voted no matter who they voted
for.
So, yeah.
It's a fun time.
It was. It was a very special time.
Totally.
It was magical.
Pauletta is asking, what's next for you career-wise?
That's a good question. What's next for me career-wise? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I never know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's one
the
of
holidays coming up. You can sit back and enjoy it.
I'm excited to veg out for the holidays, and it's one of the exciting things about choosing this as a career. Is
Sure.
that sometimes you just
You
kind
can
of
pick and choose what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I know somebody was asking before about Fresh Prince. So do you still keep in touch with the cast? Are you on group chats? What's it like?
Yeah, we have a group text going right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we do keep in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of us, more often than others, but we do. We really liked each other.
Do you have a favorite memory from set? I know there were so many years and so many different things to choose from.
A favorite memory from set.
I did. That's why I kicked that little nasty boyfriend's butt out.
Daddy,
Just a minute. What did he do to my little girl?
I am not a little.
Hey!
The-
A little less yelling and shouting. A little more
Well, favorite show memory would be like Singing Respect. That was a fun one. Well, I was terrified at the time, but
Sure.
looking back on it, I love looking back on it. And probably just because, this was another terrifying thing at the time, but I had my first kiss on the show.
Did
like
you?
my real first kiss.
Okay. That's got to be hard. to
And
do.
I just remember people that were not involved in the scene at all, coming to set that afternoon to see.
Oh no!
And I just
to make it
remember
worse.
Karen Parsons, who played Hillary Banks, Karen, Alfonso, just like, and we had the cameras on sitcoms are like huge cameras, and I just remember them like looking behind the camera, like. And now it's like a fun,
Sure, now it's funny.
It was a
That's
first
better.
kiss like that.
Right.
At the time, I wanted to kill. I wanted to die.
Do you remember who the first kiss was with?
His last name is Robinson. Oh my
Sorry
gosh!
to put you on the spot. I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my god! Oh my god! Andrew Robinson. His last name is Robinson. Oh my goodness!
That's okay.
Oh my god! I can see his face.
We'll find the clip. We will find it.
Yes, please.
Sarah says, did you love working on Xmas set like Jingle Belle?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, and we had a really good time. The people in it are Cornelius Smith Jr., Keisha Naipolium, Tempest Bledsoe, Valerie Pettiford, Obel Babatunde, and we're all people that have like worked together over time. I hadn't worked with Cornelius before. And we just were jamming.
Yeah.
If we felt like a family, it was, parts of it were sort of effortless. And I just loved the music. Like, I loved being able to sing all day. And, it was my job. Like, nobody had to tell me to shut up like my sister did.
And then Cindy is asking, when do you decorate for Christmas? Did you start decorating in August? When do you?
No, I know, right? No, but I did get some ideas.
I'm sure.
I do it like right after Thanksgiving because I like it to last.
I do too, yeah.
Because once you get the New Year's mark, you got to get rid of it.
You do.
You don't want to be that one house on the block.
That's like
still has
until
all
like
their stuff
April.
up.
Right. You don't want to be that person. Tatyana, thank you so much for coming by and talking with us.
you.
Make sure everybody to check out Jingle Belle. It's airing on Lifetime, November 25th at 8 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a
This
great
was lovely.
holiday.
You too.
Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye, guys.